Alex Cora, how you doing? How's South Beach?
It's been good. It's been good. A lot of friends and the family's in town, so it's been fun.
You said last week, and I know you've talked to Chris Cotillo at Mass Live about this. We were talking about your comments there earlier. You said last week you want the Red Sox to get greedy, and you said this to us in similar terms last week when you joined the show. Aiming higher than the wild card spot is how you were kind of framing that. How does this team go about doing that? How do you go about getting greedy?
Yeah, just keep playing the brand of baseball that we have been playing. I think offensively we're in a good spot. Obviously hitting the ball out of the ballpark, but putting pressure on the opposition, running the bases. The pitching. I know we didn't pitch well there for a few days or a few weeks, but we do believe we can keep getting better in that aspect. I think yesterday was a good start. You come here to Miami, you win the series. Let's put it that way, right? There's no letdowns. You go to New York, win the series. We got Oakland and Kansas City right before the All-Star break. There's a good chance for us to keep gaining ground and kind of like get away from the 500 mark. I think that's very important, and the guys know it. Yesterday for me, there's a big test. We flew here Sunday, Monday off. You got families and the beach and the water, all that, and you can kind of like lose sight of what we're trying to accomplish. And right away we scored runs, we pitched well, and it was a good game. But we're in the business of winning series, and the more we do that, the better it's going to be. And I think we're in a good place.
Okay, so many, including myself, and you seem to clear this up a bit with Mass Live, but many, including myself, took the get greedy comment as a message to ownership or management to make a move at the deadline. Is that part of it?
No, I think honestly, the deadline is a deadline, and obviously right now we're out of the playoff picture. But the more we win, the better it's going to be. I do believe, and like I said yesterday to Chris. It's not about putting pressure on the front office or ownership to make a move. It's us trying to make it to the playoffs. We had two set goals before the season started. It was make it to the playoff and win the World Series. We have to make sure we get in a position to accomplish the number one, the goal number one. And I think we've been talking to the players here the last few days, the last 4 or 5 days, kind of like, hey, Don't stop playing. Don't stop playing hard. Keep doing the things that we've been doing the last month. June was great, but July can be better, and they all understand that. And I think as a group, we're in a good place. And these guys are going to keep playing hard. We're going to continue to win ball games, and then in a month we'll know where we're at.
So, Alex, there's keeping pressure on the group to be competitive as a group, but individually, what you've been going through with Bello and the pressure that he seems to have on him, and you alluded to maybe there being a challenge with his mental game. How do you help along a young player like that who is maybe feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders and saying like, hey, this is something that's going to pass, and getting through it?
I think at the end of the day, he needs to understand that the simpler the better, right? And we keep talking about throwing strikes, work ahead, stay ahead. And if you look at his games, the home run has been part of it, but before the homer, there's 2 walks involved, right, in that inning. There's certain plays that we don't make, and you can see his body language on the mound, kind of like, here we go again, that feeling. And just talking to him, just don't feel that you have to carry the pitching staff. Don't feel that you have to go 7 innings every outing. Just give us a chance to win. And there were 3 outings that he wasn't very pleased with them. And I was like, man, this was really good. It was Tampa, Baltimore, and I forgot the other one. I think, Detroit. He pitched into the 7th inning, and he was disappointed with the result. And when you start looking at the result, either on the mound or at the batter's box, you're chasing the wrong thing. I do believe you got to stay with the process. And as a pitcher, you're not chasing wins. You're chasing quality innings and give us a chance to win the ball game. In the batter's box, you're not chasing hits. You're chasing good at bats. The more good at bats you put, the results are going to be better. And I think that's the mentality that he needs to take. And, like he said, today is kind of like a reset. It feels like opening night for him. That's what he said on the papers. And hopefully today he gives us a chance to win.
The process has certainly been working for Tanner Houck. Wondering about his workload, which has been impressive throughout this season, but how helpful would it be to, in the upcoming weeks, maybe get another reinforcement there? Would that help take some of the workload off him and some of your other rotational players who are going deep into innings?
Yeah, I think having this past Monday off and the Monday after the New York series and going to the All-Star break is going to give us a chance to take care of these guys. Yesterday, for example, Cutter had 74 pitches in 6 innings. He had a short one because of the rain against Toronto. So we were able to kind of like take care of him this 5 days. He's a full go on Sunday, and I think he has one more after that, right before the All-Star break. With Tanner, he got an extra day. And, we know where they at. We know that the innings are getting up there. This is the first time they've been in this situation, but at the same time, they're healthy. The medical staff have done an amazing job just taking care of them. We got all the information we need to make decisions based on workload and innings. And right now, especially those two guys, Cutter and Tanner, are feeling really good and throwing the ball well.
We're talking to the manager of the Red Sox, Alex Cora, here on Jones and Mego on WEEI. It's funny, you earlier referenced these things called the standings. You were a half game out of a wild card spot. Do you ever look at the playoff odds? Fangraphs, Baseball Reference, you ever look at the playoff odds?
Sometimes I run into them, but I'm not a big fan.
Why not? Why not? Why aren't you a fan of baseball odds versus the standings? Why not?
I don't know. I mean, the Rangers were in the World Series last year. The D-backs were in the World Series. The Nationals in 2019 made it to the World Series. So there's something about the season that dictates who's going to make it, who's not, right? And I understand what the odds means, but in my case, man, I like looking at the standings. Well, not all the time because the last few years it's been tough to look at that standing in the Green Monster, but you know my point. I think there's something about the season that dictates who you are and what you can do as a group, and I like looking at the standings.
Do you ever try to dissuade baseball ops or ownership or anyone from being fixed? It sounds like they're fixated on the playoff odds more so than the standings. Do you ever try to dissuade them from that?
We have conversations about that, and I always, I'm very honest about who we are as a group and what we can accomplish. It's conversations that happened in 2019 with Dave Dombrowski, and it happened with Hein the last 3 years, and probably it's going to happen this year. But right now, I think as a group, we're gaining momentum. We're playing good baseball. I still believe there's more, right? We're still out of the picture if the season ends today, but that's not the case, and we can keep winning games, keep winning series, and put ourselves in a better position than right now.
Time now for our Sherwin-Williams question of the week. It's sponsored by Sherwin-Williams. You can ask Sherwin-Williams how to bring color to your life. Our Sherwin-Williams question of the week is from Kevin Bongarzoni from Bongarzoni Painting. Which young player, in your estimation, Alex, could be the next one to step up and play in the big leagues?
From in our minor league system.
I'm assuming that's probably the gist of it. Yeah, from the minor leagues, who's the next one to step up?
Sorry. I think as far as stepping up, I cannot tell you one. Right, there's still like player development and stuff that some of the guys that are in AA and AAA, they need to keep getting better and improving. I think honestly, a guy that is getting our attention and he's having a great season in AAA is Sogard. He's a switch hitter that can play all over the place in the outfield. He can play in the infield. He puts a good at bat from the right side. And, he's in the conversations whenever, we're talking about, what's next for us, where we at as a group, who can help us. Sogi's name is becoming a theme. And I'm happy because it is a guy that he's a good player, a good kid that has grind through his career, and he's putting himself in the conversation.
Okay, that's our Sherwin-Williams question of the week. If you have paint questions, you can ask Sherwin-Williams. Alex Cora, we appreciate the time. Good luck in Miami. We'll talk to you next week.